Hello everybody. Well, today we are going to work on the first part of the writing test in the CAE exam, which consists of writing an essay. And you will probably wonder, well, okay, what is different then between the CAE and the first certificate exam, which I took last year? Well, the first difference that we have to mention is the number of words. In the essay that you wrote for the first certificate examination, you had to write between 140 and 190 words, while now you will be required to write between 220 and 260 words. So that is a considerable difference to bear in mind. In the part one, where the writing is the same, an essay, the type of essay that you will be required to write for CAE is a discursive essay, which demands more elaboration than the one you wrote for first certificate. Another important thing to consider is the time. You will have more time for both writings in the second paper of the CAE exam, but at the same time, both writings will be longer. So even though instead of 1 hour and 20 minutes, you will have 1 hour and 30 minutes, the number of words for each of the sections you will have to write is much longer. An example of a type of essay, of discursive essay, is this one that I can show you here, where you have to make a decision on how to spend money for the different facilities that are listed below the question. You are also given a number of opinions that you will have to take into account when proceeding to the discussion of the topic. Don't worry about taking notes, because you will receive all this material in your inbox tray. The discursive essay. What is a discursive essay? Well, it is a type of essay, formal indeed, where you need to argue an issue, either for or against, and present your point of view, and that opinion has to be unprejudiced, unbiased. In this discursive essay, you have to propose reliable information, a reliable assessment of the topic. It is similar to an argumentative essay, but in an argumentative essay, the topic may be controversial, while in the discursive essay, it has to be more balanced. The discussion has to show no particular tendency, although you will have to give an opinion at the end. There are some main types of discursive essay, like the opinion essay, which requires your opinion of an issue, which is stated in an introductory paragraph. Then you have to develop that issue in a number of paragraphs where you are providing reasons that later will lead to your conclusion. So let me show you a good way to organize your essay. There will be 5 good tips for it. You need an introduction, you need a main body, where you have to divide this main body into several paragraphs, which may be providing the arguments for your point, the evidence for your point, the counter evidence for your point, and finally the conclusion. It is most important when you are writing your essay, your discursive essay, that you write without titles, as one continuous piece of prose, and do not appear to have an opinion in the different paragraphs until you reach the conclusion where you will have to provide your opinion. So, a good structure for an essay could be a title, an introduction, 2 or 3 paragraphs where you develop evidence for or against, and a conclusion. The important things that you have to do when writing an essay is to write formally with a very impersonal style, avoid contractions, avoid vocabulary that is considered colloquial, introduce each point that you will develop and discuss in a separate paragraph. Remember to introduce the paragraphs with a topic sentence. Well-developed paragraphs with reasons and examples for each of the points that you are going to develop. Use sequencing, which means that you need to use linkers and different expressions that show the sequence of your arguments. Linking words, phrases. Make reference to other sources that you may have consulted when preparing for your essay. And the things that you definitely should not do in a discursive essay, using, as I said, short forms like contractions. They are not acceptable because they belong to what we call informal or colloquial register, which is not allowed in this type of essay and will diminish your performance. Do not use emotional language, okay? You don't use words or expressions that show your position along the essay or even in the conclusion. Don't make overgeneralizations, okay? Some generalizations may be reasonable, but if you abuse of this resource, it might not be considered accurate. Your opinion should not be expressed insistently until the very end. Don't refer to statistics or to data if you cannot offer the reference for that data. And don't use personal examples. Okay? Try to be more impersonal in everything you say along the essay. Okay, I will be sending you all this material together with examples of different essays that we will be developing and working out the mind maps for you to start working. Well, I hope you have enjoyed it. We will continue developing it together. See you. Bye-bye.